cut this down. This is going to be, I believe it's part 5 from Ankle Fusion. I've kept these videos short. I had if you watch the other ones, December the 19th, I had the I guess what you call it, the TT, Ankle Fusion, the tibula to the top of the ankle, which you can see in those x-rays that I showed earlier. I haven't had an x-ray since the day of the surgery. I went back on Valentine's Day, February the 14th, and that's my first x-rays. I'll show them to you. Now he marked with his pen right here, showing that there's a gap back there, but of course there's always going to be a gap. That's one. Here's a good one. Here's a good one y'all can see. You can see right up in here, and he was really impressed with the looks of it. And this one here is a little blurry, but it's another one. But you can't see any separation. And I guess the videos I've watched before, you can see right in here, and on the other side how it's kind of cloudy. That's fusion. But in the middle, it's really good. I asked him, he was really impressed. That was 7.5 weeks. My doctor, his protocol is basically 3 months non-weight bearing. He told me that, I asked him when he was talking about being impressed with it, he said, I keep hearing people say, well, I was 50% fused, or I was 10% fused, or I was 90% fused. And I asked him, I says, well, what percentage is my fusion? And he looked at me. He says, very high. And he asked me, he says, give me 2 more weeks. And where his protocol is basically 12 weeks non-weight bearing. And that's just generic for pretty much everybody. That's just like his protocol. He likes 3 months. I was 7.5, almost 2 months. And he just looked at me and says, give me 2 more weeks. And I said, all right, I think I can. And then I'll start getting at it. But I've been using that foot with my crutches. You know, I think I told y'all I was getting where I put that foot on the ground when I stand up. I'm not really putting any weight on it, maybe 5-10 pounds, but it helps to keep me from falling. And when you're getting off the commode, my left leg, I'm 54, or soon to be 54, my left leg has taken a pounding. My knee, my thigh, just the muscles. And I told my wife, I says, you know, these people lift weights. Well, I used to lift weights, but you lift weights and you give your body, 2 or 3 days to heal. With that my left leg, it's weightlifting every day. So when I get up off the toilet, I do put that foot on the ground, but I also use crutches. So I'm using my left leg, both arms, and a little bit of my right leg now. I'm starting to use that thing, and I'm starting to use crutches, just letting that foot roll. He don't want me weight bearing, but I'm just trying to get my body comfortable. It's really hard to explain for anybody who's getting ready to have this. The psychological part of not walking for 2 months. And even before I had that x-ray, I was so afraid to touch that foot to the ground because I didn't want to mess up anything and have to do this all over again. And I can't. I have to work. I have to get back to work. But the psychological part is really tough. But anyway, once I had that x-ray, it was good. I was like, all right, I'm going to start I'm going to let this thing roll. It's like I say, it's not any weight. It's just the fact I need to get back in the habit of just that everyday walking part, I think. And it has been a blessing to hear that news. And everybody who has had the surgery probably is not going to be watching my video. they'll know exactly what I'm talking about with the mental and the psychological effect. So, but anyway, had some good X-rays. Um, I start therapy Monday, but it's not weight bearing therapy. It's deep tissue massaging, um, trying to help the blood flow in those nerves and the ligaments and tendons and whatnot. Because I have, and I've noticed online that pretty much everybody, the ball of their foot and their toes stay swollen, and I ice them every day. Um, but anyway, start therapy Monday. February, March the 16th, I go back for x-rays again, but I'll be 2 weeks at that point trying to get myself back. And I'm not going to push it, but I'm expecting to be sore. So, but I'll give you all some updates on what the therapist says as far as there may be some alternatives to walking with crutches, in using your body as weight bearing. There may be some alternatives to help speed along the process to not make me as sore, but to get that bone used to that pressure, because there's no joint there anymore. That was a broke bone that's healed. So, but we'll keep you updated. So anyway, like I said, I believe this was number 5, and today is February the 18th. All right, like and subscribe, and I'll keep you up to date.